Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Nicole. Scorpio, I did not get a weekend readout to you. Spirit, let it all remain a mystery, I guess. I don't know. But I do want to get a message out from Spirit. And then at some point tomorrow, I will get out your weekly read. Finally, for those of you that have been around for a while, finally getting some testing done on my back after all this time. It's been a hot minute. So the remainder of the videos will be out. Bear with me for just a couple of days, right? Get all those things taken care of. So other than that, let's get to it, Scorpio. Let's see what divine messages we have from Spirit. See what's going on. Scorpio, we have a full moon coming up. I forget what date, in your sign, in our sign, right? Which I think is going to be a massive release, healing, cleansing, purging. Scorpio, Spirit is telling me, and I got the chills all over me as I say this, this is about getting the answers that you've been seeking. Things that you may have had an idea about, or, you know, that feeling in the pit of your stomach. You're finally going to get some clarity around things that you, Spirit's using the term highly anticipated. So these could be people, situations, things, you know, the possibilities or the realm, Spirit is saying, is endless. So do know that. And also, yes, thank you, Spirit. Thank you to everybody who has liked, shared, subscribed, commented, booked personal reads with me. Those reads are open and available. Openings this week, later on in the week. They are kind of limited this week, not too much, but I'd love to get to talk to, you know, each of you and whatnot and see what's going on. Scorpio walking away. And pardon the sniffles. Yeah. The possibilities are endless. Adjacent possibilities comes out with this walking away. What else am I gonna say? I don't know. And Sun, Moon, Rising in your Venus, if I didn't say that already. Cross watchers, welcome to. Yeah, allergies. 'Tis the season. This walking away, Scorpio, there's a little bit of this energy of you looking back at some things. Now, for some of you, you could be looking back and realizing the lessons of the past that you've learned, realizing how you don't want to make those same mistakes again, needing to be a bit more strategic in your energy. It just Spirit, top to bottom, lessons learned. Lessons learned. Scorpio, you could look back at things and go, you know, I've really crossed a threshold. I've crossed through a time, space, continuum that I never thought would end, that I never thought would come to this close. And this 9/27 is a 9, right? You know, she's walking away. She's letting that gate close behind her. Scorpio, as you're making that grand exit, I hear from Spirit with like this voice that says, but wait, there's more. And I think I've actually used that catchphrase in the past with you recently in some of the reads, but it's exhausting to me as I sit here thinking about it. But wait, there's more. It's that infomercial. It's like, you know, the Mr. Pillow, right? Like, buy 2 pillows, get a 3rd one free, and wait, if you call in the next 2 minutes, we'll give you 2 additional pillows for free, right? Scorpio. But wait, there's more. It's like something tells you to keep going. Something tells you to carry on, Spirit, walk on. It's kind of like being that kicker at the football team, Scorpio, and you know, you're shooting for the field goal and you go to take that kick and you're like, wait a second, restart the clock. You're like, just let me kick the ball and let's get this over with, right? You know, those 2 pillars there, right? It's like, just get the goal, get to the goal, right? Scorpio, needing to have a one-track mind on your goals, right? Strategy, thinking, planning in accordance with your soul's purpose, divine alignment, rest and rejuvenation, and door to Spirit. Spirit's calling you into a space of eternal change here, Scorpio. And I think you know that. And it's like you can play with the earthly realms and, You're going to continue to participate in those earthly realms, but there's still something that's calling you to Spirit is saying be an admirable source of light, Scorpio. You could be stepping into very, could say Empress energy. I'm going to say Priestess. High Priestess energy. Priest energy. You know that there's more work to do, Scorpio. And the work in which you need to do is not, it's not for the faint at heart. It's one where you're not going to be able to take things personally. It's one where you're going to have to think about the lessons that you've learned, how to incorporate those lessons with love, and find forgiveness of all things that you ever thought could do you harm, or have done you harm. So this is like going back to the very beginning of something. And to your earliest memory of something that hurt you. And forgiving those things that stand out the most throughout your entire lifetime. And then the biggest may be in the last 10 years that you've found yourself struggling to fully let go of. I don't know why I'm inclined to say this, but I will. Years ago, years and years, I think I was in 4th grade. And I was in 4th grade. It was my 4th grade teacher, my 4th grade homeroom teacher. And God bless her, she didn't know the things that were going on at home at the time. But I asked her something one day, and she got mad at me. And that stuck with me all the years later. And I did something, I don't know, about 10 years ago, maybe 5-10 years ago, that released all that. But the moral of the story is this point, that it really was very silly looking back at it and understanding the why people do the things they do, but then also realizing even why I did or asked her what I did in that moment. And it was really a child seeking help in a way that a child only knew how to. Why I felt the need to tell you that story, I don't know. But as an adult, she's busy, she's frustrated with the day in general. And for me, at that time, seeking an adult's assistance, the only way that I knew how to. But she didn't see it, and I was too young to understand her side of it. Talk about miscommunication, right? A lot of miscommunication. I don't know why it's important to you that I said that little story, but there it is. But it stuck with me for years because of how she said what she said. And it was something I actually had to go back. My 4th grade teacher, of all things. And she wasn't my favorite, I'm not going to lie. Not just because of that comment. But she seemed a little crazy. Not going to lie. But it always stuck with me. Always stuck with me. All right, Scorpio, let's see what's happening here. I don't know the importance of that for you, but there you go. There's a story. I would just say to you, take away the fact that there's 2 sides. There's 2 sides to it, right? Scorpio, light seeker. What are you seeking? There it is, light seeker. That I said about that child, right? I said about that child, me being that child, and there's that child. You see that young boy? He's looking for some direction. Scorpio, you could be looking for some sort of direction right now. That green and white, and we see it behind me in that home sweet home sign, right? It's the light quest, Scorpio. It's the visionary. It's the mental strength. It's the resilience. It's your primordial ability. It's looking outside of yourself as to understand where the insecurities come from. I want to say, I don't know what the hell is Julia Roberts a Scorpio? I don't know. As I look at this picture, she reminds me of a young Julia Roberts. So some of you could have like a lightish red hair, long hair, a bit on the thinner side, doing yoga, kundalini energy. When I think of Julia Roberts, I actually just do 10:10 on the clock. I just said to a client this evening when we sat down for a reading about Eat, Pray, Love. It's one of my favorite movies. Watching this woman just travel through her own little life and not having a clue, and in the middle of the night waking up going, P.S. I want a divorce. Or going to bed and looking at him and going, I want a divorce. But she went on this soul's journey, this mission for herself. Maybe some hermiting, Scorpio. I don't even think that it's hermiting, that it's solidarity, sovereignty that you are needing. You may be getting ready to go off on some kind of missionary sort of thing, or some spiritual trip, or transcending via your dreams or something to that effect. But Scorpio, you've got some significant light work ahead of you here in the spirit. I got the chills, the coming weeks. Crystal King, I said that 10, slowing down materialism, psychic debris. You're birthing a new creation, Scorpio. You know, you think about I think any energy, really, 11:21 on the clock, especially for women, right? PMS season, right? Every month rolls through, and we go through the mood swings, right? We go through the nesting. We have a little more energy to get things cleaned up. We're feeling a little more, psycho about putting things away and whatnot. It's just our human nature, right? It's our human nature to do just that. Some of you could be doing mech clean out. Doesn't have to be female, right? All of you, them, they, he, she. Spirit, me and you. Cleaning out things, preparing a nest, if you will. Some of you could be pregnant. I would say maybe, I don't know, there might be a quarter of you out there, if that. But this is more so, Scorpio, a clean out of the mental fuckery that has existed for so long. The hurt, the pain, the old head games, the resentments, the discomforts, the arguments, the shadows. It's trying to forgive, right? It's trying to forgive. It's trying to trust that you have more faith now than probably ever before. But where does that go? What do you do with that, right? What is this for Scorpio? Celestial channel, Scorps. 6 to 9, finding that Spirit's saying mercurial balance. So this could be like learning when to say something, learning when not to say something. Gosh, all kinds of things. Anything. I talked about that communication, the balance of communication. Side note, too. May the 4th be with you, right? And Pluto going retrograde in Aquarius today, too, by the way. Hidden beauty, remaining optimistic and staying neutral. Balance. You may be required to participate in situations, Scorpio, that you may find yourself somewhere in the realms of mediating things. It's like 14. You've done some major healing work, power of presence, a power struggle, unlock your potential, authenticity, where in your own personal world, you are the phoenix, you are the eagle, you are the one that brave, bold warrior that fought battles for a long time. Scorpio, you might still be doing a little bit of battling. It doesn't seem super intense. I think now you're just learning how to hold your position, right? You've learned how to build the fences, if you will, and now you're just, it's like a cow fence. You put your fence up. You don't have to do it ever again necessarily, but you need to go through and make sure that nothing's happened to it in the meantime. So it's kind of like a check-in with your boundaries, Scorpio, and I think that you're being called sometimes to mediate certain situations, and it's like a reminder to you to check your own boundaries. Are they being tested? Are they being manipulated? And when you realize it, what space, Scorps, what space are you operating from? A healed one or a triggered one? Because if you're operating from a triggered one, then you know that there's still more work to do. So it's kind of like you're running through various scenarios to make sure that, you know, all the boxes are checked. Workspace. Scorpio, some of you could be changing some of you could be changing jobs. I think I talked about that recently. Some of you may be investing differently in your work. Some of you, Spirit, are sick of being robots to the workforce. I'm going to tell you, there's an office building that may fall. And when I say fall, I mean physically fall. There could be some tornado damage or storm damage that requires, that could make the lights go out or flicker. Dare I say the stock market might crash? Dare I say that? I just said it. I don't know why. But I will also say this to you. If it shouldn't fall, all it is a scarcity tactic. Don't panic. Don't pull your stuff. Don't sell off your goods. Don't go into fucking panic mode. The 17th of May could be of significance. Here we go. 17 again, Scorpio. Don't get batshit crazy should something weird start to transpire in the world around you, right? You could be ultimately watching a King of Pentacles in reverse lose control of situations. So, you know, they could get a little crazy, and I'm going to tell you, not who you think it is either. And it was funny because last year I said something similar to that, and I forget exactly now what happened, but it wasn't who you thought it was then either. I remember saying something about that. So the timetable, Scorpio, could be, go back. If you kept journals, I preach to the high heavens journals, right? And I make notes. I suck at it myself. I'm as human as the next person. Go back every single month last year, January to the current month, not year, month. So January through May of 24. What was going on in your world? What has come to full circle culmination? What have you had happen? What have you made happen? What have you co-conspired to have happen, Scorpio, in your world? Think about where you were and where you are right now, where the hell you're going. Think about that right now, okay? Because right now, part of that workspace for you is to start being more damn productive. Spirit is saying productive. Be more damn productive, Scorpio, because you've got something in your presence, in your energy right now. 19, the sun. Something has been zapped. Something is being lit up here, Scorps, for you to take a different approach to something. It's alchemy, right? It's being in the kitchen creating recipes. It's cooking up something new. It's an inspired dish, right? It's something like that. Spirit, but the best dish served cold is karma. Scorpio, some people could be getting karma. You may be watching certain things happen and questioning why certain things haven't happened to other people too. And I would be careful in what you think you see versus the actuality of what is going on. Don't don't think you know. And as I say that, here comes the wisdom card, the empty room, and the sacrifice. There's something here, Scorpio, that I don't think, funny that you are as intuitive as you are, but there's just something that you don't yet see. I think you suspect. It's like you know, like if the astrology is one way, something is bound to happen. If it's not happening here, then it's got to be happening there, Scorpio. It's kind of like the process of elimination. You're very wise beyond your years when it comes to, you're able to pick it out logically and then put the intuitive to it and go, boom, got the message, right? So Scorpio, there's something here that you suspect. But it's like, you're not quite seeing. It's like, well, wouldn't this have happened if that was the case? Something else is being sacrificed, Scorpio, that you don't understand yet. It is for your higher good, Scorpio, that's going to cut you free. There is someone, I think, Scorpio, a couple of people. You're standing in this independent energy. She's, you know, the Black Knight riding off on the white horse. Ooh. And somebody could be apologizing or unfinished business. Scorpio, two things. One, there are people around you. Surprise, surprise. Their devil side can't keep eyes off of what the hell you've got going on. Nothing new, right? How can they come back in for a little while? Come back in for another taste of you, right? Whatever version they've recently gotten of you, 2222 on the clock, was one that they weren't expecting. You know, so as you change, your reaction or responses to things are changing, and so something happened that's not quite what they were thinking would come to be, but it happened anyhow. But also, Scorpio, here you are. It's, again, this looking back, right? And as this independent card comes out, as I lay her on the table where she fell, she's facing this way. So that's my backwards, my left, right? She's looking back too. Scorpio, a couple of things with this. One, you're looking back, and I don't feel like that the horse is in movement going back to the past. But there's still a pause. That's like looking back at the rubble, the time, the distance, spirit, the shakes. And wondering where you can make amends yourself. There's somebody else here, Scorpio, too, that I think wants to make amends with you. Spirit, you've already beat him to the punch on whatever this is. But it's being done different, Scorpio. It's not the same as somebody showing up at your door with flowers and candy and going, I'm so sorry, please forgive me. I'll wash your car, kind of thing. This is you taking a deep internal look and saying, maybe in every turn I wasn't my best self. This is moments, Scorpio, where you need to go back and hold yourself accountable, and you know that, right? Like, to get super real with yourself is something you're okay with. But the thing of it is most people are not okay with going, this is a really yucky truth about myself that I have to address and resolve, and then I can move on. That does free you. You are being freed up from this. And I think at one point in your life, it was scenarios that you chased. People, situations that sounded good to you, but never really turned out that way for whatever reason, right? They were toxic. Call it for what? Codependent. Excuse me. It's like toxic. What is this unfinished business about? The moon. The Five of Swords. A lot of emotional Scorpio. Knight of Cups, King of Cups, Eight of Swords. God, a lot of emotional deception. Tons. Scorpio, it's likely for some of you, you've been cheating yourself out of like a rite of passage too. For too long. Maybe the last, I don't know, 2-3 years. You've kind of hung on to something, a thought pattern, a belief, a person, a job, a way. That you're realizing with this moon, that Scorpio moon, that this is where that business, that unfinished business closes. You can't take it with you, right? It's like money when you die. You can't take it with you. What you can do, Scorpio, take it with you when you're gone. All the lies, the deception, the head games, the Nine of Wands, the Five of Pentacles. I mean, this shit left you broken. Do you continue to play a victim? What has that ever gotten you? People don't tend to give you pity. They see someone that is broken that they can take advantage of instead. Scorpio, this is much, much, much about your spiritual inner shadow work that you're doing and breaking free of. Literally the Death, the Four of Pentacles, the Devil. To hold on, to let go. Right? To hold on, to let go. And Scorpio, what cards? The Moon, the Death, the Four of Pentacles, the Devil. There's a fear, Scorpio, that pops up. Or at least it used to. I'm going to rephrase. It used to. With this Four of Pentacles, that if you let go of this situation, if you didn't keep hands on the wheel 10 and 2 to try to control it to some degree, that it would all just go to hell, right? But by you letting go of control, you're going to be able to start a new phase. And I think, Scorpio, for some of you, you realize whatever positive outlook you likely tried to have, or tried to be hopeful and optimistic and all of the things, couldn't do that with this situation. Some people, again, here to remind us what it's like if we don't evolve. Probably, Scorpio, what you were dealing with the entire time. But now that you're kind of like, it's like everybody's fighting amongst themselves. What do we do now? Where do we go? And Scorpio, I'm seeing you kind of as the Seven of Swords, which I think is kind of funny. But the Devil takes everybody into this mode of fighting and trying to possess and control, and everybody's, beating each other up with sticks and leaving bruises and bumps on the head. And Scorpio, it's like there you are, the Two of Wands. It's like you've snuck out of this party of 5. And you're like, I'm done beating myself and others with these wands. Where can I go that gives me a different version, another vision? It takes me out of this and I can find peace. Scorpio, I've said it to you quite a bit. There's like the other option. There's that third way. And anymore, the more and more I see the Two of Wands, as he holds that world in his hands, he knows that there are other options. He knows that there are other ways. There's more to see. There's more to do. There's more to know. There's more to conquer, if you will. He knows what this wand holds. He's holding on to this one because it's represented something stable to him. But he also knows the second that he lets go, he's waiting for that ship to come in, right? Looking out at the vast horizon. He can't stay at those two wands forever. At some point, he's going to take that walk forward. The Three of Wands is where the ships come in, right? You're ready. Again, there's those pillars, Scorpio. There's the pillars in that one, and look at this. There's the pillars of the moon. They're back here, these guys, calling for you. Scorpio, don't cross that threshold. Don't leave us. Don't transform. Stay in the fight with us. Let's keep doing battle. Let's hold on to control. Let's possess the situation. Let's demand. Let's fight. Let's argue. And look at this, Scorpio. The Fool, the Four of Swords, the Six of Cups, the Hermit, the Chariot, the Empress, Eight of Cups. The cards, nothing. Nothing but moving on and moving away. Moving to something that's free and emotionally giving. It's like stopping. You think about the Fool's journey, right? He goes to the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, the 3, 4, 5, 6. And for the first time, I think ever, as I look at the Six of Cups, which is typically not how I see this card, it's like, there you are. You're stopping along the way in your journey through a little market or a little town, and somebody shows up with flowers in front of you. You stop to smell the roses, Scorpio. And someone says, here, let me give you that rose. Let me give you a little bouquet of that rose. Take it with you. Thanks for coming by. Scorpio, your energy is going to start to be reciprocated. Whether this is by time, energy, efforts, money, accolades, possessions, who knows? But there's some level of appreciation with the Six of Cups that starts to come to the surface. Something that you did not get before. Something that was not afforded or awarded to you per spirit. The Hermit, you get to take that back, and the aha, the enlightenment that comes with that, Scorpio, is like, when I resist to fight and I become the Fool and I become curious and I just go out and I breathe into the world, a peaceful feeling, it lights my lantern a little longer. It reminds me why I'm here. It helps carry me forward. It becomes the next guide. It's to the next space, to the next booth, to the next place. Because I'm working from a heart-spaced energy, and anything that is not emotionally fulfilling, I'm going to walk away from it. You could call it, Scorpio, learning your value and your worth. You can call it whatever you want to, and all the cliche statements that we've put out there in the past. But this is not the same thing. Not even close. This is all new. It's all different. It's a different feeling. It's a different you. It's a different awareness. There's nothing about this that's the same. But there is something right there, Scorpio, in your existence as we speak. Spirit that's asking you not to make those moves. You really need to ask yourself why. The people that are asking you to stay are mad because you won't. Thank you, Spirit. 33:33 on the clock. Scorpio, at some point you likely hope that these people would just leave. Ask them to go. Honestly, beg them to go. Hope they would find their next victim, their next whatever, and move on. You don't have space for them anymore. They're not yours to care for, per Spirit. Gift. I told you about that Six of Cups, right? And it says, I offer something from the heart, an unexpected blessing to brighten your path. I just heard, in times of trouble, Mother Mary comforts me. Scorpio, you've been the recipient, time and again, of difficult news. You know what that looks like. Whether it's harsh reality of self or harsh reality of the world around you. You know what it feels like. You know what it looks like. And it's something that I've said for years. I've sat with the sinners and I've sat with the saints. And there's not a one of us out there that doesn't bleed the same. I don't care where you've come from. I don't care about your social status. I don't care if you've murdered somebody. I don't care if you have ran countries and been Mother Teresa. We all bleed the same. There is a very different level, Scorpio, of enlightenment when you can truly empathize with another soul. And you can't heal it for them, but you can be there with them. And there's a difference. Scorpio, some of this news too, in your own life could be coming through as a misunderstanding, or the need to clear up some misunderstandings around something as well. I would say people who are first in your life that want to give you an attitude or be shitty with you, right? That you may have to deal with for one reason or another. This is looking at this person and going, I value your perspective. However, I would appreciate your opinion and I will take it into consideration. You know, it's learning how to diffuse difficult situations in your own life and helping others see the perspectives of the demons within and the demons around. I won't say that you've mastered these demons, Scorpio, but you sure as hell know who they are. And you will be the first one to warn people about that past. And as you do, you likely have a few people coming into yours going, hey, let's reconnect. I'm hearing I would be an idiot to do that. Your no tolerance is an all new high. You know, you're done allowing your life to be a sideshow, false promises, to other people's mediocre, at best, favors for you. Scorpio, come sell your soul. I'll rub your feet for 5 minutes. Scorpio, come sell your soul and give me all you have, and I'm going to give you just enough. It's like kind of keeping the dog, Pavlov's dog, right? Just ring the bell, make him run. Doesn't mean he's going to get a biscuit. Make him run. How much can he salivate before I have to feed him? Scorpio, you're done being the muse. And you see it. If you feel that way, you're checking in with yourself. You're in a very different place. And it's going to continue to change. The next 6 months for you are going to be unlike anything you've experienced today. One more card for Scorpio, please, Spirit. Watch who's lying to you about financial matters too, Scorpio. The power of purpose, close encounters. You got that close encounters twice. 2 very separate decks. But close encounters came out twice. You've brushed against, Scorpio, you've brushed against somebody. And I'll touch base with that in a second. I don't know what that's about. One card for Scorpio, please. Or 2. Feeling the world. There's that world again, Scorpio. You're hesitating. That's a 13 also. 47, sacred reverence. Ooh, Scorpio, do I get close to that? What is this? This is going back to, I said about that sacred, or that close encounter. am I sure? There's a hesitancy date. Scorpio, for some of you, if you're getting into the dating scene or something, like, I don't even know that you're really intended to do that, but it's like, you, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. You may have a preconceived notion about something, but this feeling the world in the sacred reverence, Scorpio. Dare I take a leap into the unknown? Dare I breathe into this? Dare I open up to this? I'm hearing I can't go all in the way that I used to. So this is self-control, Scorps. But there's a great big love. And there's something about you. Your ability to be a vessel of love. Your ability to be the vessel of light. Your ability to be the vessel of hope. Look at that. Shining through and healing the heart, Scorpio. There's a 5, 23. The number 23, the 23rd of the month could be very important to you. Beautiful uncaging. That is the heart, Scorpio. Your heart is unlocking, right? Your heart is becoming open. Your heart is healing. Your body is healing. Your mind is healing. You reap what you sow. You repeat what you choose, Scorpio. And it's like, damn it, I'm tired of being a clogged, I'm tired of not being an open vessel. 41:41 on the clock. Scorpio, this love, and 14 laying here on the table with this beautiful uncaging. Something is starting to open you up. And the wildest thing to this for me, for you, is as you go out into this world, you may be, I don't want to say forced to go out and play with people. It sounds strange. You're just in a situation where you're being put in situations that you have to mingle with others or co-mingle or be a part of something. I got the hiccups. You're having to go out into these scenarios. And you could walk into it and the whole world could look like it's on fire to you. But somewhere in it, and maybe you're a nervous wreck, but somewhere in it, you're still at peace. You're finding a rhythm. You're finding a rhythm in it, though, that still brings you some sort of peace that you can lock into. And you don't recognize the patience that you have to help others. It's like a therapy dog going into a hospital, just walking in the room and bringing a sense of calm or, friendliness, right? Like, who doesn't love a cute dog? You might be a sicko if you don't, or a cute pet, period. I know some people are dog people, some people are cat people, but in this house we have them all, right? We're like one farm shy of a goat, so, or one goat shy of a farm, I should say. But Scorpio, I don't want to compare you to a therapy dog here. But there's that presence when you walk in a room. Iron fist but soft heart is what I'm hearing. You're dropping the walls of people who didn't know they had walls. And Scorpio, you are doing this, and simultaneously, you are healing your own heart. And you're opening yourself up for love and abundance and joy and blessings. You are becoming a spiritual vessel, a divine being that has always been and now is beginning to allow that to flow through. You are a divine vessel, Scorpio. What else, Spirit? I've always enjoyed these late night reads with you guys. You're probably one of my favorite. Scorpio, I couldn't make it up if I fucking wanted to. Number 13 again. The Eternal Stone. Scorpio, that's your card in this deck. What you grieve is not lost. Everything has and will be returned to you in another form. And Scorpio, I talked about that rose, you being gifted roses, right there they are. Could be of significance to you as well. What does the rose represent to you as a person? Scorpio, you're in a part now where the return is starting to take place. So even if you feel tired, even if you feel unsure, even if you feel unclear, and like nothing is happening, what you don't know is everything is happening for you behind the scenes. In time, May 13th could be of significance for you as well. And I can't remember the date that the full moon is happening, but Scorpio, it's going to be a very big deal for you. Release what you need to release and plan on what you want to build, because Spirit is just asking you to join. Just join them. Scorps, I'm leaving it there. It's been a long day. I'm sending you love. I will see you soon for your weekly. Sending you all so much love and many blessings. If you're interested, personal reads are open and available. That information is found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.